Welcome back to Planning Mindfully with Jules. Last week we talked about color blocking and how to color block out your appointments for your day, and that it's used specifically for distinguishing categories of your day, week, month at a quick visual way. This week we're going to talk about time blocking. And time blocking is a time management method of dividing your day into blocks of time to complete your tasks so that you are funneling like-minded tasks in a block of time versus jumping from task to task. Helps you be more productive, and we'll talk a little bit about the benefits of time blocking. This week's episode is brought to you by the JMA Planner. Journal mindfully with action.
Where were you 6 months ago? Have you achieved your 6-month goals? The highest achievers prioritize their tasks.
Go from chaos to organized quickly with the JMA Planner. If you miss deadlines, you write down your dreams and not work towards them, you find yourself scattered and you're always trying to catch up and you feel out of control, then the JMA Planner is for you. If you want to be able to track your successes, focus on your priorities, block your time and get tasks complete, document your life and set attainable goals and not feel overwhelmed, then buy yours today at juliamstudios.com/JMA Planner. Did you know that Benjamin Franklin was the first known user of time blocking? I didn't know that until I was doing some research for this episode. He included rest and chores in his day and blocked out every hour. And when he was performing deep work, he would block hours at a time. His lunch was also 2 hours a day, and he built in lots of focus time, but also self-care time. This allowed him to accomplish more and not burn out. So you may ask yourself, why do we time block? Or what's the benefit of it? Well, it's a method that's been used for years, and I personally have used for years, and I've adapted it to my lifestyle as things have changed. I used it one way prior to having kids, and now 15 years later, I'm still using it. I've just adjusted it to allow me to do the most work I possibly can in the shortest amount of time because my time is limited with 3 kids. So right now I block my time by type of task, then look at my task list to fill that time on that day. For example, I may block out 2 to 4 hours for videos on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then I look at my task list and figure out which videos I want to work on. This time then is dedicated to researching, outlining, and creating the videos or editing the videos. I'll stop when that time is done and I'll move on to the next task of the day. If I'm working on a specific video deadline and I don't finish it during that time, I'll then decide, do I want to extend my time or do I want to move it to another day prior to the deadline? So some people will block by task, and I've done that too. But I have changed, like I just said, to blocking by type of task versus specific tasks. That just works currently for my state of mind with interruptions, and as I jump from task to task during the day based on my block time, or as I go by what I feel for that day. I find that I still accomplish a ton. I just accomplish it in a slightly different way, but I'm still blocking my time to get the most done in the day in the best way that I can. So what are the benefits of time blocking? Well, here's 7 of them real quickly. 1, it protects 2 important resources that we have. It protects your time and it protects your focus. It allows you to focus on the tasks at hand that you've blocked and set aside time to work on. And you're doing it under a specific amount of time based on your knowledge of how long tasks take you. So with that being said, you're protecting both of those. It helps you establish a flow. You learn what time of the day you work best on certain tasks and which ones you can do quicker. For instance, for me, I'm not a good writer, so I need to write during the best time of day for me when I can focus heavily on that. So morning's the best time for me to do my writing. If I schedule that for 3:00 in the afternoon to block out my time to write, that's not a good time for me. My brain doesn't think in that way because writing doesn't come easily to me. I'll use my afternoons for more of my creative time. And that's just how I work. You need to know how you work so that you can establish that flow. Number 3, minimizes distractions and multitasking. Yes, we all think we're great multitaskers. I hear it all the time from people. Oh, I can multitask. I can jump from this. I can have that running in the background. Well, guess what? You're really not very good at multitasking. You're not accomplishing everything you could be accomplishing if you would just focus on the tasks at hand. So let's say you need to render a video, which we all know takes a while, and we can technically, quote unquote, multitask that time. Well, don't multitask on a task unassociated with videos. Multitask on a task that involves a video. Maybe it's outlining your next video, or maybe it is planning and researching what your next video should be. Then you're staying focused on videos and you're not jumping to financials during that time. And you will find that you will actually accomplish more if you stay focused on what you've outlined for your day. So that's number 3, distractions and multitasking. Number 4, gives you control over your day and helps reduce stress and anxiety because you're not jumping from thing to thing. You're not reacting. You're setting a set time to review your emails. I've gotten to review my emails 2, maybe 3 times a day, depending on how busy my day is. And it took some getting used to, but now I love it. I am not worrying about what the next email that's coming in. I'm not looking at my inbox every 10, 15 minutes while I'm working on something else. I just let it be because I've assigned a time of day to address, answer, and file my emails. So that just gives you one way and one example of how you can reduce your stress and anxiety by taking control over your day. It allows you to play defense with your calendar. You avoid overscheduling yourself. When somebody asks you to do something or wants you to go out or have a meeting or whatever it may be, you can see real quickly that, I don't have time for that. Let's say the phone rings when you're on a certain task. You can hit go to voicemail because you're focused on your task and you know that I can call that person back during this period in my day. It does take discipline, but believe me, it helps and it gives you lots of benefits in the end. Number 6, allows you to reflect on your priorities. Kind of what I just said, number 5, playing defense with your calendar. It allows you to focus on what's important to you. And maybe self-care is important to you. You set aside that time every day to do your self-care. Maybe it's a walk or an exercise or meditation. You set your priorities in your day when you block your time. And the most important thing and the reason I love time blocking so much is because you set and plan realistically. Nothing's worse than not planning realistically and putting 20 tasks into your day when you only have room for 3. So those are some of the benefits. Let's talk real quickly about the steps. And there's 5 simple steps to time blocking. 1 is identify your tasks that need to be completed. I have a running list of my tasks. So when I think of something, I just dump it in that list. And then when I'm doing my planning for the following week, which only takes me 30 to 60 minutes, I can realistically look at those tasks and set them up in my week of when I want to get them done. Step 2 is estimating your time by task. This is so very, very important to find success with time blocking. You have to understand how long things take you. So you may not get it right the first couple times, but after you do this for a few times, you will. So make sure you're putting estimates next to those tasks so you can plan realistically. Step 3, decide how much flexible time you want in your schedule, the white space in your schedule. If you get interrupted a lot by kids or a boss, or you get distracted, or the dog needs let out and you're getting interrupted, you need more white space and more flexible space and time in your schedule. Make sure you're putting that in there. It's okay to not fill your calendar back to back. This is very important to understand. So leave some white space in there. Step 4, decide what calendar journal you're going to use. This method can be used in any day planner, digital calendar, bullet journal, or the JMA planner, who sponsored this episode. Those are just some of the tools. There are many apps you can use as well. You just need to find what works for you, and whatever works, stick to it. Step 5 is the easiest one of all, and that's start blocking your time. Sit down, look at your calendar for next week, put those tasks in, then look at your task list and block your time appropriately. I do suggest that you come up with some categories for how you want to block your time, similarly to how we color blocked our week in our calendar. So blocking your time takes discipline and will take a few weeks to get used to, but once you've got it, you'll be surprised at how much you're accomplishing each week. Until next time, planning mindfully with Jules.